Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 45 of the Zoomer Sports Radio. As always, I'm your host, Andrew Moody, and today I'm back for the first time in 3 months with the podcast, and I'm joined by two special guests. I'm joined by Glenbard West basketball players and Division I commits Braden Huff and Caden Pierce. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good. How are you?
Great, man. Good to see you.
Awesome to have you guys on, and for all of you guys tuning in, I'm sure you want to know why. We're talking the Sierra Canyon game and how these guys got ready for it. So basically, how did you guys get ready for the game? What preparation did you do when you found out you were playing Sierra Canyon? Because you guys were originally scheduled to play Kenwood at WinTrust.
Yeah, I'll start us off. So, basically our whole goal was, we were still trying to take it one game at a time, obviously, because we found out, I think, 2 weeks before we played the actual game. So we still had plenty of games in between when we found out and when we actually played. So that was kind of our main objective, just to not overlook any of our opponents in between that. But yeah, we kind of just took it as another game. I know personally, I didn't really watch any film until that day of, just like I said, so we wouldn't overlook any opponents, because we had York on that Friday night. And then once we handled York, then I kind of sat down on Saturday morning and watched a whole lot of film. So.
Yeah, like Caden said, we kind of took it one game at a time. Coach O, our coach, he really was harping on not looking forward to that game, because we obviously knew it was a big one, and there was a lot of buzz going around the school about it. But we just kind of needed to stay focused and take business with the games we had coming up, and we were able to do that. And then once we took care of business on Friday against York, we were able to kind of lock in and finally prepare for them.
You guys pretty much got a celebrity superstar treatment on the way to the game. You guys got a nice coach bus pick you up from Beaster, and then you had a nice walk through and shoot around on an arena court for the first time. How was the hours before that game? Were you nervous? Were you confident? Were you locked in? What was going through your mind then?
It was obviously really cool experience. Taking the bus down to the city, getting those first shots up on the DePaul court. That was really cool. But going into walkthroughs, I think I felt really confident. I felt like we were going to shoot the ball really well. And I felt like with the guys we had, we match up with really, really any team in the country well. And I think every time we step on the court, we can compete with anyone. So I was feeling confident. I knew there were going to be a lot of people there. And I think stepping in the arena, seeing all those seats and knowing that they'd be filled up it brought a little bit of nervousness, but I think it was more excitement. And I think we were all kind of ready for that moment.
Yeah, like Braden said, I felt super confident as well. But I would say the whole day leading up to it, I was more just excited that we finally got an opportunity to play a national powerhouse like Sierra Canyon. And yeah, everything that day was pretty cool. We got, like you said, a celebrity treatment with the coach bus and the shoot around beforehand. And then we went and got a meal at the hotel right next door. So that was all cool. And it was all not very normal for us. We're used to taking the yellow buses and kind of having our pregame snacks on our own. But it was all super cool. And like Braden said, walking into the arena for the first time was kind of surreal, just seeing how big. I know for myself, I've never played in an arena that big. So that was awesome to see just how big it was. And it took a little bit to get used to the court, but we shot pretty well in the game. So I'm pretty happy about it.
So how awesome was it to just kind of take in the moment of we're playing and we're going to play in front of 10,000 plus screaming fans with, I'd probably say 95% of the guys in there pulling for you. And just it was a college atmosphere, and you guys are going to get that experience more in the future. So how was it with this team, with the guys you've played with since you were 4 or 5 years old, to have this shared experience together?
Yeah, it was definitely super cool. like you said, we hopefully will get that experience in college, but just to have it with our childhood friends and our high school teammates is something special. And I don't think it happens very often. But yeah, it was definitely super special to have all those seats filled and the majority of the crowd rooting for us to pull that one out. So it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see many high school games like that filling up arenas, and I think to play in a game like that with, like Caden said, your childhood friends is almost a dream come true. You kind of live for that moment, and especially a public school like us, a smaller public school, you don't necessarily expect that moment, but we were lucky enough. We all put in the time and hard work, and we were lucky enough when that opportunity presented itself. We were able to take it, and yeah, it was honestly stepping on that court and seeing all those people and knowing they were pulling for us. It was awesome.
You guys got to be warm up and get ready in the DePaul locker room, their clubhouse. What did Coach O basically say or give a rundown before the game to get you guys prepared to face Sierra Canyon?
Yeah, he just obviously told us to lock in. I mean, we knew it was a big game, and I don't think anybody had a lot of trouble with that. But we kind of went through the scouting report and kind of took in their personnel, and then we really he told us just to trust the guys we were playing with. I mean, we've been playing with them all season for many years now, and I think we all kind of had that trust in each other and had that faith in each other going into the game, and we really felt like we stacked up well against them, and we really had a good chance.
Yeah, I would say we did the same stuff we normally do as far as scouting report and personnel goes. But I would say his main message was just to have fun out there. We've never had this opportunity, and we won't probably ever have this again in high school, down to the state tournament, which I'm hoping we will. But yeah, I mean, his main message was just to have fun. So, and I think just walking out of that tunnel and just seeing that many people, and most of the people wearing green was pretty cool. And I think I had a blast out there, and I'm sure many other people did as well.
I, for one, for sure had a blast, as I was able to have the opportunity to film you guys, get all access, record everything. As I worked for SportsCenter Next that day, and I felt like you guys were like Tom Brady or LeBron James walking that tunnel, being able to film you guys there. I mean, yet you had high fives from all the people wanting, and the whole student section was jumping down, doing Seven Nation Army, going crazy. Just, I got nerves. I got goosebumps from that. I just want to know how that just those 30 seconds felt for you.
Yeah, definitely. Running out of the tunnel at first was insane. Like we were directly across looking into our student section, and just as soon as we ran out, everybody stood up and started going crazy. And then just kind of like circling the court, just taking everything in was super cool. And you could just feel an energy inside the arena that I had never felt before. And it was just super surreal.
Yeah, like Caden said, running out, seeing our student section going crazy, it was unreal. And I mean, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it right now. It was definitely one of the craziest experiences I've ever been a part of. And for that to be a high school atmosphere, it's almost unheard of. So to be a part of a game like that, it was definitely special.
When you were on the court warming up, did it ever hit you like, oh my God, especially when they came out of the tunnel? We're playing LeBron James, arguably one of the GOATs in the NBA, his son, and Amari Bailey, the top two player in your guys' class. Was there any like starstruckness or just like, oh my God, this is really happening?
I don't know if we were starstruck. I think we were excited for the opportunity. Obviously, we knew the guys we were going against, and obviously they've gotten all this recognition that they deserve. I mean, they're a great team, and but I don't know. I don't think we were starstruck necessarily. I think we were more just excited for the opportunity. Obviously, like I said, a great team, but we felt like we had a good chance in the game, and it was really mostly about just seeing where we're at as a team and how we can compete against the nation's top.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I would say the most unusual moment for me and kind of like starstruckness for me was when I went to the captain's meeting at center court, and it was me across from Bronny James and Amari Bailey, and then like probably 50 cameramen around me. And I mean, that was like, that kind of felt like a dream in and of itself. But then after that moment, I was like, all right, like they're 16, 17, 18 years old as well. Like they're just normal kids too. So, I mean, I felt pretty confident going into that game and didn't feel too out of the ordinary.
And starting lineups happened. It was absolutely insanity. And as we get into the game, Sierra Canyon won the tip, and then Bronny Jr. hit a 3 for them. And then Ryan Renfro coming in with a very, very nice 3-pointer to start the game.
I mean, we've been telling him to shoot that shot all year. If teams are going to give it to him, we have trust in him and faith in him that he'll step up and knock it down. Sometimes, I mean, just being the friends we are with him, we'll give him a hard time here and there, but in the end, we all have faith in him that he can step up and knock it down. And he had a couple in that game, and it really showed all the work he's been putting in on that jumper, and it's definitely paying off.
Yeah, I mean, like Braden said, we all have a ton of trust in him. He works just as hard as anybody on the team, especially on his jump shot. But just the role he plays in our offense, he doesn't necessarily always get the opportunity to shoot threes. And when he does, he hasn't taken a lot of shots outside of the paint. So it's his percentages might not show how good of a shooter he actually is. So when he hit that first 3, I think that settled the team down, and it settled him down as well. And it definitely allowed us to kind of just play our game the rest of the way.
Yeah, definitely. The look on his face when he hit that 3, all the smiles. I mean, you could definitely tell it like amped him up and got ready to go. And then to follow it up very next possession, Bobby 3 on the wing, almost the similar spot as Renfro's to give you guys the lead 6-5. Braden, you also had a big 3. Paxton had a big 3. You guys were shooting well in that first quarter. Was it just like, all right, we're moving, just no more nerves, they're all out of the way, we're rolling, we're going to win this game?
That first quarter, it was definitely we definitely hit a few shots, but they stayed right with us, and I think we only had a lead one time in that first quarter. So they certainly shot the ball well. I think the pace was a little faster than we were expecting. So I know for me, I was a little tired, a little more tired than I normally get at that 4-minute timeout. But yeah, I mean, like you said, we settled in early, and I think those threes that we hit early on really settled all of us down.
Yeah, it was definitely nice to see some of those shots early go in. Like Caden said, though, they were hitting as well, so we weren't necessarily able to pull away. It was kind of back and forth, and I mean, not even back and forth. They had the lead for most of that first quarter, and so just to see those shots go in and hang with them, though, it still calmed the nerves, just knowing that, all right, we belong here now. Let's go show them what we're about. And so I think it was good in that aspect. But just I think the thing about basketball, no matter what environment you're playing in, as soon as that ball goes up and you get going, you kind of forget about everything that's around you, and you're just really focused on what's going on between those lines. So despite the atmosphere and all the craziness going on around us, I think we were all pretty locked in as soon as the game started.
And then moving on the second quarter, I would have called this the quarter of the dunk. Braden, you had an amazing back cut to get that in for a slam. Paxton jumped out of the arena to dunk on Amari Bailey there. And then, of course, Sierra had this alley-oop play that they ran a couple of times to get baskets. How was defending that? How did you guys defend that?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Cade.
Yeah, I would say, it's hard to defend like the first and the second time when you don't really know when to expect it. So yeah, they definitely caught us on one. The guy, that guy jumped super high. I don't think we faced an athlete like that this season. So that was different. Knowing that the other team just not just pass around us, but pass over the zone. That made it a different, it made it harder to defend them for sure. And then in the second half, I thought we did a good job of just kind of being physical and recognizing when they were trying to throw that lob pass, and just not allowing them to just throw it up by the rim. So I think the biggest thing for us was just being physical and just if we recognize the cutter, just kind of hitting them with an arm bar and not allowing them to take off and get that lob.
Yeah, they got us a couple times with the lob. I think a couple dunks, layups, but like Caden said, we haven't really seen a team that we've seen a couple athletic teams, but they were definitely probably the most athletic team we faced up to this point, and just being able to make passes like that over our zone, it makes it a bit easier to break. And but I think we responded well offensively and also on the defensive end later in the game. Offensively, we didn't back down. We kept hitting our shots, and like you said, we were able to get a couple dunks on back cuts, just reading the defense. And defensively, we were able to adjust on that, get more physical. We even later in the game put Ryan down low on the zone, so just have a bigger body down there to hopefully affect the lobs. So I think we made good adjustments with it, but it was definitely something that we haven't really seen a ton this year.
You guys were down 29-25. Bobby hit a key three with 3 minutes left. Renfro followed it up with another three. This is the big smile one that beat 32-32. Bronny then hit a three. So you guys are hanging with them right there, 35-32 at the half. What was the mood in the locker room? Now, I made sure to stay out of the locker room during halftime as a member of the press. But what was the mood in there?
I thought we just continued to stay confident. We felt like we were right there and we were right where we needed to be to give ourselves a chance to win. We felt like they shot really good in that first half, and hopefully they'd cooled down a little bit in the second half, and we'd be able to capitalize off that. But we were really, really happy with how we played and just how almost loose we played and how we didn't really let the atmosphere affect us a ton in the first half.
The spirits, everybody's heads were up. We realized that early on that we could definitely play with them. They're humans too. And so I think in the first half, we did a good job of just handling the ball initially against their pressure because, they're super athletic and they have a lot of length defensively, which can disrupt a lot of offenses. But I think we did a good job breaking their pressure and then attacking off of that to get easy buckets. But yeah, like you said, that we were down 35-32 at halftime, but we just kind of went into the second half with the same mindset of just like a new game, 0-0. And we knew if we played our game, we could stick around.
So third quarter, obviously it wasn't your guys' greatest quarters, but it showed a lot of heart in you guys. Amari Bailey hits a pounds what dunk in around the 6 minute mark. You guys were down 45-33 early and then down late again by 12, 53-41. But how are you guys able to claw and fight your way back and not fold over and just get blown out? That really shows a lot about the heart of this Glenbard West team. You guys didn't fold over.
Yeah, I would just attribute it to the fact that, we've been given this national opportunity to play one of the best teams in the country on the biggest stage, and we didn't want to give in right then and there. We still had another quarter left to play our heart out, so I think we just continued to just play one possession at a time, and we knew it was just a matter of getting stops and then also scoring on the other end. So once we strung a few stops and scores on the other end together, I think that we really started to claw back a little bit. And then, like I would say, the middle of that fourth quarter, we really started to realize we had life left in us, and the game was far from over.
We've never been really a group of guys to just kind of roll over and just give the game to the other team. I mean, we were down 12, and I don't think there was one person from the starters to anybody on the bench who thought we still didn't have a chance in that game. So obviously being down 12 against a really good team like that, it's we've got our challenges up against us, but I think we had a couple big plays, a couple charges, Andrews and one off the bench. That was a big moment for us, and just energy plays like that really, I think, helped us get back into it. And we just kind of never backed down. We always just gave it our all throughout.
Andrew's big and one was the big momentum shift that got you guys back in the game. Not that you were ever out of it, but like really like brought the momentum back after the energy had been sucked out of the arena by Bronny's threes like a vacuum cleaner. And I thought Andrew right there, he made like national media from this, just being the shortest guy on the court with having the biggest heart, though, getting that and one, making the free throw, really brought the student section alive, brought the bench back. I think it brought everyone just back up another level.
Yeah, totally. I think it just his and one and just seeing his energy afterwards and just realizing like he's the shortest guy on the court, but he's got the biggest heart, just really inspired our team. And we were just going to give it our all that final fourth quarter.
Yeah, Andrew's never been the tallest guy on the court, but he's always just had such a big heart and such a big competitive spirit. And I think seeing that and one, it just kind of personified our whole team and what we're about. And after seeing that and kind of regaining this new life, it was really big for us. And I think it showed us that we're just not gonna, like, this game's not over. And if Andrew can make a big play like that, the rest of us can step up too and make some plays to get us back in this game.
Step up did you guys? Just Caden, who's sitting right here. You made a very clutch three and then had another bucket right away to make it a 57-54 game. Really closed that gap with 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes left. And Bronny hit another three, but Bobby backed you up. It backed up with another three. It just shows how really you guys fight together. You live, you die together, because I've never seen such good team chemistry from any team in any sport than the 15 guys wearing the Glenbard West green and white.
Everybody plays for the name on the front of their jersey. Nobody is kind of absorbed in their personal stats or anything like that. We'll joke if anybody brings that up. We'll kind of razz them a little bit and make sure they kind of stay in line and talk about team goals instead. And I think just the great thing about our team is anybody can make a big play for us, and the rest of us love it and embrace it instead of just wanting that moment just to themselves. So I think knowing that we all have trust in each other and we all believe that any one of us can make that big play to keep us in it or get us back into it is really a great trait for our team to have. And it really helps us kind of establish that unselfishness.
Yeah, for sure. We've all been playing together since feels like forever, but so we just have incredible trust in each other. And so we know each how hard each of us have worked on our games in the off season and stuff. So we know that whoever gets the opportunity is going to give it their all. And I think that's what's so special about our team is we're just so unselfish and we don't care who necessarily fills up the stat sheet. It's just about, like Braden said, the name on the front of our jersey and hopefully getting that win in the end.
Everyone contributes, whether it's the starting five, you guys, Jack coming in, hitting the clutch three, Andrew always bringing the energy, Mr. 4-5, whether it's Owen and Joe, just the managers on the bench, or any of them on the bench, Glove, D-Man, just all those guys, J.O. just gets the crowd. Like, I just said this. I've never seen such good team chemistry, and I think that's something you guys should take with high pride.
Thank you. Yeah.
And then Renfro. Oh, go ahead, Braden.
Oh no, it's all good. I really wasn't gonna add anything special. So.
All right. I was basically gonna say Renfro's block of Amari was very good because it totally rocked their rhythm and led Braden to hitting maybe the most important shot of the game, which I don't know why you followed your shot. You ruined the highlight, but you hit that three. And what's racing through you after that?
I think I came off a handoff from Bobby and took like one or two dribbles and just pulled it. And I was like, all right, well, this doesn't go in. I need to get the rebound. Hopefully either follow my shot with a make or kick it out to another shooter. Cause at that point we needed some points. So, yeah. And then that shot went in. I was just thinking, all right, time to sprint back to defense and hopefully get a stop. And, yeah, I mean, I think there was like a minute left and we were down 4 before that shot. So, yeah, just kind of really focused in on that play in that moment. And, after that, then focused on the next thing and getting that stop.
And got that stop. You guys did. And then you had the ball with about 40 seconds left. And then Caden was dribbling. Coach O obviously called a timeout. Did you guys want to hold the ball originally to have that last shot, either win or lose situation, buzzer beater? But because you guys did end up doing a back cut play to Paxton, which ended up working in the end. But what was going on in that little timeout?
Yeah, so our strategy coming out of timeout, I think there was, I want to say like 33 seconds left. We had the ball coming out on the sideline. So we kind of knew, we knew they had a super aggressive defender, number 2, who we thought we could take advantage of with a back cut. And so our game plan was just run one of our best sideline out of bounds sets to try to isolate him for a back cut. And so Paxton, he happened to be guarding Paxton. And so we ran the play for him, and Packy made a great cut, and I found him. And our game plan was if that was not there, we were going to hold it for 1. And I think Coach O said during the huddle, if that play is not there, we're going to get the ball to Braden and just let him go to work. So, but I mean, luckily the back cut worked.
Knowing the outcome now, I mean, it would have been nice not to give him that last shot, but in the moment, it was a great play drawn up by Coach O, and it worked out perfectly for us. It was exactly what we wanted. Paxton got a good look and got sent to the free throw line, and we got the chance to tie it up. And yeah, that's all we could have asked for. Obviously, they got the chance at the end of the game to win it, and it didn't necessarily go our way, but I think we're happy with just putting the ball in Paxton's hands in that moment and allowing him to tie up that game.
Yeah, so Dylan Mateer, not Meteor, which Caden has yelled at me all week for Matoyer for calling him Meteor, but Dylan Matoyer hit that game-winning 3. It truly was heartbreaking. You can tell by Paxton's reaction. You can tell by your guys' reactions. Just the whole when ESPN pans to our student section. It looked like that one game when Michigan State returned that blocked that punt against Michigan. But let me spin this to you. As awesome as winning that game would have been, is this loss more valuable towards the main goal down the stretch, which is to win a state championship?
Yeah, I definitely think this loss, yeah, like you said, it would have obviously been amazing to win the game, but this loss definitely, it definitely benefited us in many different ways. I think if I remember right after the game, right after they hit that shot, we all kind of huddled up around their free throw line, and we kind of just talked to each other, and we're like, hey, this just proves that we can play with anybody in the country. And so that's definitely a huge confidence boost for us going forward, just knowing that we can play with not just people in the state, but national powerhouses as well. And then I think this game, it really takes a lot of pressure off of us just having that one loss now, because there was a lot of conversation the past 2-3 weeks about like the last time there's been an undefeated team in Illinois. I think it was like 1993. So obviously we're disappointed that we lost, but it's definitely it definitely relieves a lot of pressure off of us, and so we can kind of just play our game without necessarily getting all that added media pressure from reporters and stuff.
There's no moral victories for us, and I think just being as competitive as we are, we would have loved to win that game, and it was definitely sad to see it see that shot go in for us to lose that way. But like Caden said, there's a lot we can take away from it, a lot we can learn. And just looking back at that film, there's a lot of stuff we can kind of, especially late in game moments that we don't necessarily see ourselves in all the time, just learning from those, it'll for sure help us towards our goals of a state championship.
Yeah. You guys notice any of the celebrities in the crowd during the game, or did you not find out about that till after?
Yeah, I didn't understand. I knew Amari Bailey's mom was going to be there. I just assumed she was going to be there. I guess you can call her a celebrity. But I didn't realize that DeMar DeRozan and what's his name? Javonte Green.
Green.
Yeah.
And G Herbo.
And yeah, G Herbo too. I didn't realize they were there until halftime. I think somebody mentioned it to me. And then I was like, wow, like this is pretty special that people are coming to watch. Well, I wouldn't say they came to watch us play, but they came to watch Bronny play, but they're also Bronny and Amari play, but they're also playing against us. And I think we definitely showed out. And we proved we can play with anybody. And I hope we impress some people.
Yeah, I found out around halftime too. I think somebody told us, and yeah, it was awesome. Obviously, DeMar DeRozan, Javonte Green, they're having a great year on the Bulls, and I think for them to take time out of their days and watch us play our high school game at that level, it's really cool to see. And obviously, those guys are just great players, and for them to watch us, it was awesome.
Well, yeah, Braden, and one of the videos I filmed courtside for Sports Center, it was three of you, and I panned to you running down the court in the student section, and DeMar's just looking directly at me into the camera, and that was pretty sweet. Along with DeMar, I caught him in the video, just all smiles after Andrews' and one. And one final take from me here is just the box line, or the box score, the stat line for you guys. Every single starter was in double digits points. It just shows you guys share the wealth. You guys play well together. Best team chemistry I've ever seen. You did your job. You proved that you belong there. I bet Sierra Canyon probably walked in saying, we're going to blow these guys out by 20. And you guys stood your ground and defended your turf.
Yeah, I mean, they, regardless of how they came in or what they came in thinking, we knew going in, I think that we had a shot, and we all felt confident that we could compete with the best of them. And we were really excited for the moment. Obviously, like you said, we were able to defend our turf to a certain extent. Obviously, we didn't get the job done fully, but we were able to show people that a public school who doesn't necessarily get the opportunity to recruit can play with some of these national teams who get that opportunity. And I thought that was really cool for us.
Yeah, I think just that box score definitely shows that it's not just a one or two man show for our team. It really is all five starters, and even the guys off the bench can really hurt you on any given night. So I think that shows how special our team is and our team chemistry. And I think that definitely helps us playing against elite level competition like Sierra Canyon.
Yeah, I lied. I have one more final thought, and this is mostly for Braden, but Caden, you could definitely answer this. What were your thoughts on the Cap Man, David Kaplan, talking about your cooking skills live during the telecast on ESPN?
There's a podcast called Zoomer Sports, Zoomer Sports, that covers Glenbard West. And I learned, so he's got a class he's taking, Mrs. McBride's 7th period culinary class. He's one of the best cooks. He's there with his group members, Bella and Andrew. Loves cooking as much as he does basketball.
It was crazy. I mean, I don't know if I'm that good of a cook is how he made it out to be, but
you're just as good as a chef as you are a basketball player.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I must not be a very good basketball player, but it was really cool. It was a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun in our culinary class, you know that, and to get that little shout out, it was a good laugh we had in our class today.
Yeah, and just Braden, we have to figure out how to braid some dough for tomorrow because Bella's off the hook while we mess around most of the classes, and I'm gonna let you guys go now. I thought it was a great episode. Great to be back in the studio for the first time in 3 months for myself. Obviously a little bit of rust there, but glad to be back. And our Zoomer athlete interviews will take place as soon as my other microphone gets here. So I'll be doing one-on-one interviews with these two guys here, Braden and Caden, getting to know their true selves, their identities, how they are on and off the court. Bobby, Paxton, Renfro, of course. We got some other ones in store. Kyle, Audrey. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming on. Good luck the rest of the year. I'll be in the student section or filming court side until for however as long as we go. And I'm going to end it here. So thank you guys for listening. Make sure you follow these guys on Instagram, Twitter. What are your guys' ats?
I'm at Braden Huff _21 on Instagram, Braden Huff -7, I think, on Twitter. I don't even know. I'm not sure.
And I am Caden Pierce _3 on Instagram and Caden M Pierce 8 on Twitter, I believe.
All right, yeah. Thank you guys. Make sure you follow Zoomer on Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube, give us a 5-star rate on Apple Podcasts, anything to do to grow the show. You can follow me at Andrew Moody _ on Instagram. Thank you guys for listening. And Caden and Braden, thanks for coming on. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.